our own Latin alphabet and character. Our target is to get down here. Son 2 kilómetros para ir, 2 para regresar. 1.25 miles to get down there, 1.25 miles to get back. 2 kilometers each way. No es la caminata, it's not locos. You're gonna sweat like crazy. Ahora acabamos.
Semicircle.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Ars. I have been working as a tour guide for 10 years, but I do this tour only 2 times a week. Why? Because I am blessing. Okay, my friends, and welcome to Coba. Okay, let me show you this map. Look at this map. This is the Mayan area. Come closer. And as you can see, the Mayan area included the states of Tabasco, Chiapas, Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, Quintana Roo, Yucatan, and Campeche. We are here. This is Coba, the ancient city. Was the second largest city in the Mayan area. The first largest city was Tikal, Guatemala. The highest temple in the Mayan area was built in Tikal. And look at this picture. And the second tallest temple in the Mayan area was built here. You know how high is it? 42 meters. We used to climb this temple 1 year before the pandemic. No more climbing. Why? Because the steps are eroded. Yeah. Okay, my friends, but Coba had a long history of occupation. But Coba became the second most important trade center during the Classic period, 250 to 980. When this Mayan city was on the splendor period 1,000 years ago, Chichen Itza didn't exist. And when Chichen Itza was on the golden year, Coba was completely covered by the jungle. Nobody knows exactly what happened. According to archaeologists, climate changes, like prolonged drought, floods, okay? Or overexploitation of resources like woods. Okay, my friends, but they left and the jungle it took over. And only 2% has been open to the public. Only 2% has been excavated. The other 98% are completely covered by the jungle. And there are 6,000 structures in Coba. No other city in the Mayan kingdom had many structures as this place. Yeah, imagine to see how was Coba 1,000 years ago. 70 square kilometers, 6,000 structures with colors, and 55,000 people was the population. But the jungle it took over, my friends. Yeah? And according to the description, Coba was a Mayan city, and I will show you today in Coba temples. We have no pyramids. Have you ever seen the Egyptian pyramids in some books, movies, or magazines? According to archaeologists, the Egyptian pyramids were tombs. And what do you think was the function of these temples in Coba 1,000 years ago?
Burial.
Religious, ceremonials. There were not human sacrifice. There were sacrifices with animals, yeah, during the Classic period, my friends. But the people that lived here, they worship many gods. One god to each temple. An example, the highest temple I told you was built and dedicated in honor of Ah-Musenkab. Say Ah-Musenkab. Ah-Musenkab, it means the honeybee god, the second most important god with my culture. But do you know why honey? Because the honey with my culture was the currency, was money. And the currency with the Aztecs was cacao beans or chocolate. Like nowadays with pesos, euros, and dollars. 1,000 years ago, jade, honey, and cacao. Like you nowadays.
Barter.
Without the tourism, there is nothing. And without honey 1,000 years ago, no trade.
Yeah.
And this is hollow. This temple has 7 levels and there are 7 small rooms inside. But each level was built by different dynasties every 52 years. Each level. You know why? Every 52 years, the Mayan calendars. The ancient Mayan culture, they knew 2 different calendars. One was the solar calendar and one was the lunar calendar. 365 days and 260 days. But those calendars return once every 52 years. And at the end of the first cycle, they built the second level to immortalize the first dynasty. And if you multiply 7 times or 7 levels by 52, you get 364. Plus the last altar, 365. It took 365 years to complete this temple. And at the end of each cycle, they did one of these. Maybe you know, we will see many everywhere, but most are completely eroded, yeah? But my friends, there is one on the slanted wall. Yeah, these were called by archaeologists like stone tablet or ancient books to record very important histories like victories, defeats, were in like a book. Yeah, but only 2 of them are visible. For example, this is the stone tablet number 20 and represents the last victory. He was the last king. He was called Halach Winik. Say Halach Winik.
Halach Winik.
Very difficult to read it, my friends. Yeah, but there are 2 people kneeling down on each side of the last king. According to archaeologists, they were the middle class people. such as the shamans, like the medicine men, priests, musicians. But there are two more people here, means the world-class people. But look at the big headdress and the feathers. This is Quetzal feathers. Do you know Quetzal? A nice bird. Let me show you. This is Quetzal. Quetzal feathers with my culture means knowledge, wisdom, good action. My friends, but if you see very well the head of the last king, he has a tall head and flattened in front. When the archaeologists and National Geographic came to do the most important excavation in Coba, they discovered some skeletons with these characteristics, like the last king. The question nowadays, why did the ancient Mayan culture deform their heads 1,000 years ago? And they did this on purpose. Imagine to see 55,000 people, my friends, but I'm going to explain you the purpose. The people that lived here, they worship many gods, like the rain god, honeybee god, fertility god, my friends. And when a child was born with a physical defect 1,000 years ago, they saw him as a god because it's different or special. But with the ancient Greek culture, with the Spartans, they were killed. The ancient Mayan culture, they did these cranial deformations to imitate their gods. Also, the Mayans believed that to deform this head allowed a person to see and understand the movement of the stars and the planets. These people became their astronomers. And according to archaeologist Eric Thompson, when the astronomer or astrologer considered a birth of the Mayans, the baby's head was pressed between two boards, two wooden hinges. But the skull deformation were only made during the morning. You know why? When the front and the back of the head was still soft. But between 7 or 9 months, the pressure was applied to flatten its soft head. And the women that lived here, they forced their eyes. Yeah, they forced their eyes as a symbol of beauty. And they did across eyes hanging a jade like a small bit or marble between the eyes of the girls for many months. The noble class people or the rich people, they drilled very small holes into their teeth and inserted jade. Yeah, the jade in my culture was like a diamond nowadays, and the gold with them was obsidian, a volcanic rock. And they didn't feel pain. Why? Because they did the hallucinogenic drinks made with mushrooms, cacao, and honey, like a drug. At the top corner of the stone tablet number 20, my friends, there is one date. Please memorize this date. This is November 30 in the year 780 after Christ. Very difficult to read it, but I want to show you how to recognize the Maya number system. The number 1, 1 dot. The number 5, 1 bar. The number 16, 3 bars and 1 dot, like the Romans. Can you repeat the date I told you? November 30 in the year 780 after Christ. This is another important date, but do you know what is that? This is my birthday, like your birthday, yeah? But this is a way to represent the Mayan birth certificate 1,000 years ago with papyrus, yeah? And let me tell you an idea how you can read a Mayan birth certificate. My name is Arsenio Chimal May. February 12, 1985 was my birthday, and this is the year February 12, 1985. Days elapsed since the beginning of the Mayan calendar until my birthday. 1,861,825 days elapsed since the beginning of the Mayan calendar until my birthday. The solar and the lunar calendar, I told you, they are in this position when I was born, and the lunar cycle had 20 days and was full moon. According to my Mayan birth certificate, my symbol was Yash, and this is Yash. Yash means a priest. This is February in our Mayan calendar. Okay, my friends, this is the ball game. This is the ball court. And I want to show you how was this ball game 20 years ago. It took 1 year to restore. Look at this picture, my friend. Since the first excavation in 1974, every 5 years we have one excavation. But according to archaeologists, it will take 80 or 90 years to rebuild the city. And as you can see, there are two rings, one on each side. These are not originals, these are only replicas. And the ancient Mayan people that lived here, my friends, they did an ancient game. But the game was played here was very different from sports like football or Super Bowl. But nobody knows exactly how many days or how many weeks the game lasted. No one knows exactly how many goals. But according to inscriptions, this game always finished with the painful ritual or the sacrifice. There are 1,500 ball courts in the Mayan area. This is the biggest, Chichen Itza. 10 times bigger, 10 times wider than our ball court. But if you see, Chichen Itza has vertical walls and our ball court slanted. Why? Because this is older than Chichen Itza. But at the end of the game in Chichen Itza, somebody died. Who knows who is? The winner. The question, why is the winner, why was not the loser? The winner probably because it was an honor to be sacrificed. And there were 3 different ways to do human sacrifices in Chichen Itza: decapitations, shooting arrows through the victims, and cutting out the live heart. Was Chichen Itza? This is Coba. The people that live here, my friends, they did this game to resolve all types of conflict, problems, like social, political, or economical problems, like a small arena. And imagine to see the noble class people up there. Each team had 2 players, 2 versus 2. Chichen Itza 7 versus 7. This is the ball. The ball was made of rubber, 3 kilos, 6 pounds. And the rubber ball bounced very easy. But the players from here, my friends, they could use only their hips, knees, elbows and shoulders, no hands, no feet. And imagine, my friends, they jump from here to there, they run on the slanted wall quickly, hoping to score the rubber ball in one of those rings. And according to archaeologists, the first team that scored the rubber ball in one of those rings, the game was over. And look at this picture, my friends. At the end of the game, the winner was given the hallucinogenic drinks, and the captain of winning team pierced his tongue with 1 spiny plant, ears, and tearing out his fingernails. But he didn't die. When he finished, the winner, he became a noble. And the loser, he did exactly the same ritual, but when he finished, he made a builder, or he was expelled from the city. My friends, and if you saw this picture, they pierced only 3 parts: tongues, ears, and the nails. Why? Because these 3 parts heal quickly, heal rapidly. Okay? We're going to see one of the longest road, my friends. Vámonos.